red. Okay, it's on. Just give it. Now, the whole what I'll do is do the split, because the split itself is all very pretty insignificant. Make sure you do that.
Why are you splitting it?
One is ready.
How do you tell it's ready?
Is it? He looks as though you're opposite. Now, this is ready for splitting. There is, in actual fact, a coin cell in the centre.
You want to talk louder?
Well, they're just having trouble hearing you over the speaker.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just mentioning how loud that is. Don't be rude.
Okay, I shall speak louder. Now, this is a Tetragonula carbonaria colony. All my boxes have clear inspection panels so that I can see where they're at all stages. You can just go back a bit. And with the other colony up there, which was Trigonula or Tetragonula Hawkinsii, I did just replace this panel for a clearer view, but because this one has got a coin cell right there, I didn't want to disturb this one, because a coin cell is crucial for a new split, to have that there. The coin cell is the large cell just there. And the whole purpose of my splitting technique, what I'll normally do is take this box and put it on the bottom and let the bees grow up. That's the whole objective, but this is just the model before. I'll explain what I mean by that. The previous model boxes didn't have this recess. I built in a bee space between the two separators. My boxes all have separators. The purpose of it is to achieve a bee space.
Things like
so that when the two separators are put back together,
worthwhile sponsors.
I don't squash bees between them.
Community Bank.
It does help ventilation.
Bendigo Bank is
but
ever ready to help out.
Another benefit is when I put this box,
a terrific amount of money.
When I find the entrance there,
the interest on what we put in.
on the new base,
they don't rip off the customers, and they get
that
money
bee space is also between
if you want some really
that
good service
separator
and help the community
and the bottom of the lid. So that base is that is ready to receive this box. Now I'll get.
That button should be red.
Yes.
Now,
we have a different set of working tools when they're separators, and I am in the process of shifting from plastic to timber, bendy ply they call it, because ply, the bees stick in place better than the plastic, and bees are moving actually. Oh, you'll be able to see it after. The bees stick this in place better than the plastic. I will put that under here once I see what I've got. I'll get the knife. Everything's just gone a little bit away, too far away from me. The objective at this stage, now the bees may or may not appreciate this, normally not.
surprising, huh?
It's not really surprising. The objective is to get that box up. with minimum disturbance. And I must admit that is about as good as it can get. And I'll show you all the underside of that.
Beautiful.
Now I can do that and tip it on its side because the advancing front,
Gentlemen,
the young brood,
don't forget
is
at
there.
11:15,
If I did this
over in the
to that brood,
area just to the
I would
right
kill
of the old
some of
house,
that.
there's going to be
The
a
eggs and young
wood chip.
larvae in there
from
would
North
fall
Brisbane
in the food and drown.
These people have the second
This is
biggest
old
wood
brood,
chipper in
therefore it
Australia,
is stable.
I believe.
But
Second
you should
biggest in
never tip
Australia.
that brood.
And they have the largest
So
stock
the next step is simply
operating in
to-
Queensland. Now,
Well, I should have
concluded
cleaned this
start
off.
will be the awful noise this thing makes, but it's worth having a bit of a look at just to see how these
You will
things
note
operate.
there's also
North
some little
Brisbane
ants in
trees,
here.
Their prices are extremely reasonable. I was thinking about getting some trees cut down just because it's cheap. And they're reliable, always turn up, full insurance, do all the right things, and it's a local business.
This
And that's one of the
connective
good things, it's a
material,
local
I never waste it. It's a
if you want
valuable
to look at
resource
what
to for the
Make
bees.
your way over to the place of the
So it goes
old
back in.
house at 11:15.
You know the plastic separator, wouldn't that make it better for when you separate it like that? To actually split it?
That's the whole purpose of the separators.
But you know the plastic, you said that
Well,
they
plastic
won't grab it?
plastic or ply, they work the same.
Okay, so it's still easy to split even with the plywood.
Yes.
He's used ply before.
I started with ply. The challenge was ply deteriorates in itself, but this one you will actually see there's no separation between them, but the bees haven't swarmed out over that. Normally they do. So I'm not squashing bees. Now they're starting to come and check out just what I'm doing.
Does the queen always stay in the old part of the hive?
No, she normally stays. She'll be in there. She'll be in that advancing front. That's where she's laying. That's where she's working.
So this is the new queen then?
That will have to develop a new queen.
Okay.
So they put the always below then they put the new.
No, this one had it not been for that queen cell, I would have put this down the bottom. And the fact that I didn't have with new boxes, I would put, once I get totally changed over to the bee space boxes, I would put this box down the bottom and make them always grow upwards. But there's going to be a transition time that I'm going to have to do this, and I have to see what box I've got.
Is that their normal growth pattern, going up?
Yes.
Okay.
But of course, once they get to the top of the space they've got, they go back to the beginning. It's an advancing front. So I now have to add another box to that. I can't offer a taste of honey because the ants have already decided we'll have that. But I am literally not scared of ants. Those little guys, they normally live in my entrances. The whole purpose of my system is to try to avoid that honey spillage, but obviously I've broken a honey pot, but I try very hard to avoid any breakage. But by keeping this down and a square box, there's minimal chance of breakage. That re-establishes a seal, pushing it down ensures it makes contact. This demonstrates just how tight the boxes match up together. and that's where they do it. I still take for insurance, but the structures here are the ones designed to keep syrphid flies out. But tape is still necessary for insurance. With other boxes, tape is essential.
Do you get hive beetle?
This is pretty much the only time that they're vulnerable to hive beetle. And
Just a small one, or
you get both. There is a now here these bees have been using the top entrance, that entrance. So I will actually seal that top entrance because they've got no defence there.
What about the bottom at this one here?
It's actually the drain. If I do a lot of transfers,
Whatever. Top. I turned off and get one.
no, just keep going. Must. Yeah, I do a lot of transfers from trees. Now, what this colony came from Maloney, and what the bees are doing is waste material from their resin collection, what I call keynote, is being discarded there. They've actually got, at home, there's a little spot on the ground where it's going. This is quite hard. It's hard, it's granular. Now, the new inspection panel goes on. So both hives are now
Doesn't matter what time of the day you split the hive.
no, I don't think so.
And if you said it was ready, so if you hadn't split it, would they have automatically split themselves and gone somewhere?
Oh, they would have swarmed.
Yeah.
And that probably happens each year. There's lots of people ringing me up with lots of people ringing me about swarms at the moment. There, that one's done. Now I keep the colonies together. Some people don't. I do.
How long would you expect the queen to stay with the hive? Like, do you ever remove the queen?
You can't. The only chance you've got of seeing the queen is when that brood is coming up and you open the lid and you'll occasionally see it. Queens of this species are very secretive. As soon as you lift the lid, they'll run. You really have to have someone else lift the lid and lift the inside lid, and you have to have the wherewithal to catch it, have a chance.
so you don't do any re-queening like the honeybees? No queen management as such?
Not at this stage.
Okay.
That's up to these guys at school for a project.
Yeah, exactly.
I can, if I choose. I've got the technical knowledge to breed queen
Yes.
in vitro.
Yep.
I haven't quite got the steady enough hand to grafting.
Yep.
I practiced it in Brazil. But that is the sum total of doing a split.
Very well done too. Thank you.